25 Harbor Freight tools I actually use, and if they broke, I'd go out today and buy another, or I would just wait till this weekend sale. I've had the Pittsburg 1.5 aluminum racing floor jack for many years, and it works awesome for my smaller car. It just quite doesn't get the height, and so I finally bit the bullet, and this last sale went up and bought the Daytona 3-ton, and oh, I should have done that so much sooner. I can quickly get the height needed for my Traverse with the 3-ton, no issues. And if you get the beautiful lime green floor jack, well, you're gonna need the jack stands. The Central Pneumatic 8-gallon air compressor. Now I kept this one in here even though Harbor Freight does not actually carry this exact model anymore. They've moved on to the McGraw. Now I do think that there are two things that help this sucker just keep going and going, and that would be drained it once or twice and just made sure that the oil level is correct, and then also that the drain down on the bottom for the sediment and condensate, that is checked regularly. The earthquake impact. I've gotten everything off with the 1/2-inch socket end. It's been awesome, and just as a preview for the Black Friday spring sale, they are gonna have the earthquakes on there, not like they don't every other sale, but that lime green one, it might be calling my name. A very cheap throwaway tool that's always next to the checkout aisles, some zip ties. SAE metric T-handle hex key set. And now the one thing I probably like other than having both SAE and metric is that these are the T-handle, meaning that you are not going to rip up your hands as you are loosening those hex nuts. A socket set. I like both the 1/4-inch drive and the 3/8, and really if you find the right size, you're not gonna strip out the bolt. Now you might notice that I am missing my ratchet. And that's because this year I picked up the Sweet Icon swivel head 3/8 ratchet, and this thing is just freaking awesome. Levels are a must-have, and it's always good to have a smaller 24 on hand, and the 48-inch always comes in handy, not just for your normal level and plumb, but to also use as a straight edge and for flatness. If you do any type of metal projects, an angle grinder is a must-have tool. And they're only like 10 bucks when they're on sale, so it's worth it to pick up multiple and have them dedicated per attachments, like the cutoff wheel or the flapper disc. And of course I've always got, you know, just a spare one on hand just in case one breaks, but just to show you, I've still got my original Chicago Electric back when they were orange 4.5-inch angle grinder. Still runs great. Bar and C-clamps. They're cheap enough that you can buy full sets and lengths of both of them. I like these bar clamps so much that I actually designed this welding table based off of using these clamps. And they work awesome. This last year, I've gone all in with Hercules. Now, if you were just starting out, I would suggest picking up the impact drill and driver first. I use these definitely the most. Next up, I'd probably go circular saw. The oscillating and mini rip saw definitely come in handy. And let's throw in another angle grinder. Okay, I might have cheated just a little and clumped in all of the Hercules tools under one, but I am separating the bandsaw and the stand into its own section, and I would say if you're doing any metal work, yet again, a must-have is this combo. It works amazing. I actually have an entire video on this, so go check that out for more information. Well, they done go change some things up on us, and up until this last year, I would always go pick up a blue 5mm pack of their little nitrile gloves, and then the 9mm for the really heavy-duty stuff, and this year they came out with the orange textured 7mm, and I think they are the perfect thickness. I don't have any issues with them ripping or tearing. They usually last long enough until my hands get sweaty enough that I want to switch them out anyway. 3 extension sets that I love. I started out with the impact socket set, and then I moved up to the hex adapter set. Always comes in handy. This is the wobble set. So as you can see, this has kind of got a little chamfered edge on the end, so then you can go at a slight angle if needed. The 29-piece drill bit set. I think I'm on my 3rd or 4th one. This is becoming my little Mod Podge one right there. But this set really is awesome. except for metal. If you are doing metal, then pick up the Milwaukee. You'll thank me later. These two are my most borrowed tools. That would be the framing nailer and the roofing nailer. And as a DIYer, I get it. I mean, how many roofs are you really going to do? These are the older Central Pneumatics, so you can't actually get these ones. But hey, did you know that back then these were a contractor series? Speed squares. In short, I measure 90 degrees with it. Sometimes a 45 if I'm really feeling wild for that day. But I want to show you this. So this is a machinist square, and check that out. That is dead on. And then even the larger one, for less than 10 bucks, come on Harbor Freight, you're blowing me away here. The Icon Pliers wrench. I freaking love this wrench. It's been probably my new favorite tool of the year. And I have actually the Knipex one, same size. They're very similar. I don't want to get into a comparison, but I use my Icon more. And especially love it that it's half the cost of that one. I just can't wait till they come out with the little mini version. This is the Knipex, and I'm sure Icon will be coming out with the little 5-inch one as well. And since we're in an Icon mode, let's talk about my second favorite. No, this is actually probably still my first favorite tool of the year. The Little Mini Flex Ratchet Bit Set. This thing is amazing. It can do so many little odd and ends tools, especially being an extension and all. If they have one of these in stock, pick it up. I use the Vanguard 25-foot extension cord almost daily. Couple things I love about it. It's 10 gauge, so I can run my little 110-volt welder off of it, no issue, and that it's got a 3-plug. Since you're already down the electrical aisle, here are a couple things. They're cheap enough that I would throw all of these in the cart. A plug tester and a non-contact tester. These two are essential for any electrical type work, perfect for DIYers. All you do is you simply push the button, and if you get close to power, that's live, it will beep. So don't touch it or stick your fingers in here. So here we go for the plug tester. You stick it in, nothing. Well, we don't have power. Let's turn it on. Those two lights light up great. That means that it is correctly wired and we've got power, so we're good to go. And then a multimeter. Now, it took me many years to figure out how or what the heck half of these little settings are. I usually just use the voltage. And even if you get it just for that, a multimeter is worth it. I love the Predator engine lineup. I've had no issues with my generator, and more importantly, most of my go-karts have those 6.5 horsepowers, and they are freaking awesome. You didn't think I was gonna get out of showing you a welder, did you? Of course, if you've never seen or done anything with welding and wanna jump into the game, pick up the Titanium 125. And if you haven't seen my other videos, I've got a ton on this welder specifically. Check it out and learn how to weld. Like and subscribe.